So what is it going to be? Will the price of Bitcoin, will the price of trades in the market react after the CPI report, which is going to be published in about few hours from now? Yes guys, since it's May 10, 2023, in about few hours from now, we are going to get the CPI report for the month of April 2023, and our expected number is 5%. Many are also expecting 4.9% CPI number. So let's hope for the best, because we know if the market does shows any sort of a bullishness, any sort of impulsiveness, it has to do with the consumer price index. So that's why in about few hours from now, the CPI report will be released, and that will also determine the trend duration for Bitcoin in the medium short term, and also guys, also for the upcoming days. So before we talk about some very interesting scenario in a bigger time frame, also in a smaller time frame, please destroy that like button if you haven't done it yet, and for those individuals watching it the first time, hit the subscribe button and the bell. And also, before I continue this video, to those individual who is taking part on this Phemex, the wave 3 colony, guys, if you have signed up using my link, please share your UID in the comment section down below, and we are selecting not just only 25 but 35 whitelist places. So please share your UID, your Phemex UID, if you have signed up using my link in the comment section down below, and we are going to choose the 35 random winners. Now, if you look at this monthly time frame, if you look at this Bitcoin price action, we can see guys, in a bigger time frame, we have said the price of Bitcoin has broken out of one of the most important falling trend line. This important falling trend line in the past price action has always played a very important role. Once the price broke out of this long-term range line, and exactly at the same time also found support at this 200 weekly moving average, after that we have started a new market phase. Here in 2018, 2019, we had a similar scenario. Price was facing resistance from this long-term line, but once we broke above it, once we found support of the 200 weekly moving average, even with some shakeout, even with some retracement, price at the end still managed to form a new all-time high. And now if we look in our case, you can see a very similar scenario is unfolding. Price has already broken the resistance from this long-term resistance line and also found support of this 200 weekly moving average. So in the weekly time frame, in the monthly time frame, as long as the price of Bitcoin remains over 25,000 to 26,000, any sort of a shakeout should not bother us that much. Yes, in the medium short term, we are expecting some volatility, but as long as the price in the bigger frame remains above this 200 weekly moving average, remain about 25,000, please do not get fooled, because the market, after some range bound, even after some retracement to test the key line of support, we could still continue the uptrend. So that's why guys, what I want you to understand in the bigger picture, if the price of Bitcoin remains above 25,000, 26,000 range, any sort of a retracement, any sort of a weakness should not bother us that much. But we know if the price starts showing weakness, if the CPI number comes not like what we expected, the market could be at the verge of retracing. Yes, if we look at this example using the descending channel, this descending channel upper line in the past price action has always played as a strong line of resistance, but we know the lower line from this descending channel has played a strong line of support. But in our case, if you look at this price movement, you can see when the price of Bitcoin was inside the descending channel and also following this rising trend line, what happened when we broke the support? When we broke one of the most important support from this rising trend line, the price of Bitcoin after that started showing weakness, and this is exactly what is also being flashed right now. And not just only that, when the price of Bitcoin was forming these higher highs, right, and when we broke the support from this rising trend line before starting this bearishness, even the RSI broke the support from this rising trend line. I mean, this lower trend line here, support got broken, and after that the RSI started showing weakness, also headed towards the oversold area. And right now if you look at the price action of Bitcoin, if you look at the RSI looks like it has already been broken, and now this here is at the verge. Yes guys, the price of Bitcoin is at the verge of retracing and also could be starting a new downtrend from here on. So that's why this support, which we have around 26,000, 25,000 in a bigger time frame, is very, very important if you want to invalidate this bearish scenario, because once we broke the support from this rising trend line, we got attracted towards the lower trend line from this descending channel, and this is exactly what we want to avoid. But we know in a daily time frame, the price of Bitcoin in the medium short term is forming a bearish scenario, which is known as head and shoulder pattern. Yes, according to this head and shoulder, you can see the price of Bitcoin right now is testing the neckline, and this neckline is not allowed to break, because once we break the key line of support around this neckline 27,000 range, the next area of confidence, the next area where we could be getting attracted is going to be around 24,000, 25,000 range. So that's why, guys, even if the price does shows bearishness, even if the price does continues this downtrend towards 25,000 range, I have been very clear. The weekly should not close below 25,000, but any sort of a shakeout price still remaining above that range means a possible retest before choosing a trend duration, and also getting attracted towards 25,000 means this head and shoulder price opportunity is going to play out perfectly. And we know beside this daily time frame, beside this weekly time frame, the price of Bitcoin is forming this triangle top or descending triangle. For this descending triangle, a bearish continuation pattern, we definitely want the price to hold the support around 27,000, because if we lose the support on 27,000 range, you can see this triangle top scenario will play out for Bitcoin, which will indicate a potential reversal towards this 25,000 range before choosing a trend duration. But if the CPR number comes out as expected, then we are also expecting with some range bound price to get attracted one more time around this falling trend line or the upper line area from this triangle top before choosing a trend duration, and that could be around 29,000 range. Yes, guys, if the price of Bitcoin wants to continue this uptrend, if we want to invalidate the bearish scenario which is unfolding right now in a daily time frame, we need the price of Bitcoin to find support over this 29,000 at any cost, because finding support over the 29,000 will invalidate the bearish scenario which could be unfolding right now here in a daily time frame. And we also know if you simply use this CPR indicator in a daily time frame or even in a 4-hour time frame, doesn't matter, the price of Bitcoin is not allowed to break below the top CPR line and the monthly S1 line. For this month of May, this red line is the first monthly S1 line which is sitting around 27,100 range. So we have said any sort of a shakeout, first we need to break this key line of support 27,000 range, and only after breaking that the price will more likely get attracted towards the 25,000 range before choosing a trend duration. So in the medium short term, as long as the price remains above the 27,000, please do not panic. And also, according to this broadening top which we have been talking this couple of days, the support is still there. I mean, the lower trend line support around 27,000 is still there. So any sort of a shakeout, but price remaining above 27,000 doesn't necessarily mean we are bearish, right? So please keep this in mind. Only after breaking the 27,000, we know the price is heading towards the 25,000, the next area of confidence, before deciding the trend duration, because only after breaking the 25,000 support line, we know the price of Bitcoin is actually weakening and also could be heading towards to form another new low. And we know if we also look at this price structure in a 4-hour time frame in a bit different way, right now, in a smaller time frame, the upper trend line from this descending channel is acting as a strong line of resistance, whereas lower line is acting as a strong line of support. So in the medium short term, if we want to avoid another continuation like this, price getting rejected on the falling trend line or the upper trend line like this, we definitely want in the medium short term the price to remain above 27,500, 27,600, because if we do that, then we might be slowly breaking out from this resistance line, which could trigger a medium short term bullishness here towards the 29,000 range. Yes, guys, we are expecting the price of Bitcoin to get attracted towards this 29,000 range once we could flip the falling trend line or the upper trend line resistance from the descending channel into proper support, because we know if that happens, then according to this triangle top, the upper trend line is where we could be getting attracted first before it chooses a trend duration, and also this symmetrical triangle scenario will play out parallelly. Why? Because in most of the cases during an uptrend, whenever we have seen a symmetrical triangle formation and price failing to hold the support around the lower trend line, making it look like a bearish continuation pattern. But what has happened during an uptrend after this fake out? The price after this fake out has also started a movement here in this manner. So that's why, guys, that's why if the CPI report does comes out as expected, I am actually expecting the price of Bitcoin to show impulsive move towards this 29,000 range before choosing a trend duration. So let's hope for the best. Let's hope the CPI report comes out as expected. So these were some of the quick update that I wanted to share with you in today's video. If you enjoyed my work, then please guys destroy that like button, and for those individuals watching the first time, hit the subscribe button and the bell. Now by saying this, I'm signing out. My name is Anup. Bye bye.